ja, daar gaat tijd overheen. En ja, als speler ben je of als trainer ben je geen tijd dat oefenen.
First of all, I would say Erik ten Hag fooled us all. He was the best manager we had since Sir Alex Ferguson, to be honest, but he tricked us. Why? He said that there was no magic in football, but how he pulled off this stunt by bringing one of the worst Man United team with winners in last season that many of us berated them for not worth donning the shirt, to win the Carabao Cup, approaching top 4, still in the FA Cup, and lastly beating La Liga league leaders Barcelona in the Europa League knockout qualification match with just one summer transfer window and 2 loan moves in a winter transfer window. If that's not magic, I'm highly skeptical what sauce and recipe Erik ten Hag taking on a daily basis. And I sincerely believe that after all these things happen, that man should be called...
Say my name.
Ten Hagberg. Huh? Pretty cool, right? Okay. Jokes aside. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Marvin, codename CM. Welcome to the Code United channel once again. Erik ten Hag's influence on the Man United squad had nothing short of miracle, with his high-class man managing, quick-time tactical changes certainly made all of the Man United fans' dream gradually become a reality. But we all know, earlier in the season, the first 2 matches were not as exciting as the current run Man United enjoy, but rather, abysmal was the proper description. Some people call the first 2 matches as the 39th and 40th match of the 21-22 season signify the horrendous performance delivered by the squad. Fortunately, Erik ten Hag made a hard turnaround and start with the basic defense. He began with the biggest decision to drop Harry Maguire, the club captain, and make the pairing of the Champions League winner Raphael Varane and the current World Cup winner Lisandro Martinez as a constant starting centre-back pairing. Since then, Varane and Martinez did not look back and became the norm of stability and security in which Man United had yet to experience since Rio Ferdinand and Nemanja Vidic. Besides, never forget the man Casemiro joined Man United certainly had tremendous help in the midfield control and the defensive third action. However though, I'm quite curious, if instead of viewing Varane and Martinez as a pair, what's the perspective of them as an individual? So in this video, we'll be discussing the comparison between Raphael Varane and Lisandro Martinez and why they work so well together. Of course, as usual, do please subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this content, as each of the subscription will be a motivation for me to upload new content, and ring the notification bell for each new upload. Let's cut to the chase, and here we go. £260 million. £260 million was the money spent to acquire centre-backs by Man United since Ferdinand and Vidic's era ended in 2014, going from Chris Smalling, whom was quite a decent centre-back to be fair, and Daley Blind to Marcos Rojo and Eric Bailly, then moving on to the current Victor Lindelof and the captain himself, Harry Maguire, with all of them has seen from limited success to outright flops. By the way, never forget the meme king himself, Phil Jones, who I will never remember he is still in the team. Wow. Finally, we had Varane and Martinez. Let's start with the World Cup and Champions League winner Frenchman Raphael Varane. Raphael Varane arrived at Man United last season, and the French defender was immediately brought a massive expectation to be the missing puzzle for the defense. Unfortunately, after Varane won so much as a Real Madrid player, he walked into the right club, but at the most disastrous time in Man United. Last season, with all kinds of drama, information leaks, and the internal management mess, led to Varane might question his decision every single moment. Furthermore, pairing with Maguire that many discussed should be great on paper ended with average result at best. Last season, with Varane and Maguire starting with only 15 matches, Man United won 6, drew 7, and lost only twice. We conceded 13 goals on the goals against per game of 0.87. Not the best number to describe this partnership. However, compared to without both of them or either of them starting in the total 34 matches, Man United collected 14 wins, 7 draws and 13 losses, conceded 55 goals on a 1.62 goals against per game. But this kind of stats actually prove that Man United last season was so bad that either Varane and Maguire start or not, the performance will still remain consistently average to poor. Besides that, despite the fact Varane had brought world-class quality to Man United, he was as equally injury-prone as his sweeping ability. Last season, he only managed to collect 29 appearances, scoring a goal and an assist, but also collected a number of injuries, resulted missing 18 matches in total for illness or injuries. Thankfully, with the careful management by Erik ten Hag, although injuries still occur time to time, Varane till today managed to appear in 24 matches in total, a significant improvement. Also, we could not proceed without mentioning Varane's last-minute goal line clearance of Robert Lewandowski's shot on goal sealed the win against Barcelona. Moving to Lisandro Martinez. Martinez joined Man United from Ajax on a fee that adds up to £57.5 million in order to follow his former Ajax and current coach Erik ten Hag's footsteps. In spite of that, Martinez, unlike Varane, instead of hype that Man United bought a centre-back, Martinez's arrival was met with heavy criticism, mostly targeted his small stature and short height, standing only 5'9". Many pundits, including Jamie Carragher, made the statement that he will fail in the Premier League being too small as a centre-back. However, Erik ten Hag remained faithful with the Argentinian ability, and boy oh boy, I love how people reacted when Martinez had proven short stature does not prevent him becoming one of the best and a massive fan favourite in the Man United fans. During the win against Liverpool that kick-started the Erik ten Hag era, Martinez easily cemented himself as the man of the match, throwing himself multiple times to block the shot from goal, body check Mo Salah, and hell, he even had to block the shot from his own teammates for the own goal. You don't call him the butcher for nothing, I guess. Props to you, my friend. Props to you. Martinez during this season have faced some of the most dangerous strikers and proceed to floor some of them, like Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, Gabriel Jesus, and some other forwards. In this season, Martinez had appeared in 35 matches, collected 1 goal, and 1 passionate slight celebration to be remembered. In fact, Martinez's overall competitive playstyle, chest pumping, and aggressive nature had led to multiple comparisons with another warrior of a player, the legend himself, Nemanja Vidic. And no doubt, both of them share many similar traits. Both were not afraid to get themselves dirty, willing to challenge every single tackle, and most importantly, both of them were tough as nails and ready to die for their team. Raphael Varane and Lisandro Martinez, despite this season should be their first season playing together, but what makes them so effective of their partnership? Let's start off with the stats. And funny enough, the stats from Epic Report may reflect that Varane was a far worse of a player comparison with Martinez. But in my opinion, this was a typical stats did not present the whole picture between them. Raphael Varane during his Real Madrid, including the Man United days, was billed as a clean shot, Rolls-Royce pacey sweeper, in which specialized in tracking runners or speedy forwards that likes to run in behind the defensive line. Rather than throwing in hard tackles or opponent, Varane would utilize his pace and concentration clearing the dangerous ball, and also with his crisp pace allowed the fullbacks, especially right back, to move forward on the pitch and participate on the offensive setup. While for Martinez, as mentioned earlier, that he was far more aggressive than Varane, consistently challenged opponent on the ball whenever possible, and the stats did reflect that as well. His tackling sitting on 92 percentile and blocks sitting on 95 percentiles. However, with his aggressive nature, resulted in him get booked as much more often than Varane. But this issue does not hurt Man United as much due to the genius move by Erik ten Hag played Luke Shaw as the centre back. As for aerial ball, is where it get a little bit more interesting. Varane standing at 6'4" made him dominant in the air, and he had multiple matches whereby he was commanding the aerial ball. His excellent stats do back those up. As for Martinez, the stats do partially prove right that his size does hinder him winning the aerial ball, with his aerial percentage only sit on 30 percentile. I swear to God, for all the matches I watch, I hardly see him lost any aerial ball. I'm not too sure. Huh? In the modern football era, the ball carrier from the back had become very valuable, and also with the brilliance of Virgil van Dijk and Ruben Dias had basically become the golden standard for the modern centre back. And although Varane was comfortable with the ball, at times can be underrated though. Just ask Guehi. But his ball playing ability is not as great as other centre backs. In his Madrid days, the ball carrying duty usually was tasked to Sergio Ramos, as he was in fact one of the best ball playing centre back. In addition, Varane at times was seen as a trigger point for pressing. His stat thus shows his average ball playing ability sitting in the 41 percentile in progressive passing and 61 percentile in progressive carries. While Martinez, on the other hand, is where he shined the brightest. A left-footed ball-playing centre-back that brings balance to the team, Martinez was not known only for his aggressive playstyle, great ball playing ability, composure on the ball, and his passing range. And his passing stats does prove with more than 88 percentile in progressive passes and 91 percentiles in carries. Overall, I would say their playstyle highly complement each other, as Varane is a pacey sweeper with amazing aerial ability, while Martinez is an aggressive enforcer with great ball playing ability, made them almost the match made by heaven. Unfortunately, any one of them missing may contribute Man United to play a completely different style, and had happened multiple times. But with Varane's recent statement that he will be retiring from international duty and focus on club football, will reduce the wear and tear on his body. Also, Man United looking to bring in Kim Min-jae as a new defender to replicate Erik ten Hag's plan. I foresee Man United will have a bright future incoming. That's the end of the video. What do you guys think? Do you foresee Martinez's success after the pundit's absurd statement and his partnership success with Varane? Comment down below so that we can have a discussion. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.